Hello, my late night lovelies. Do you believe in the paranormal? Messages from the great beyond? Haunted houses? Well, if you do, you're in luck. And if you don't, stick around, because after this episode, you just might believe. Tam time.
We are right over here, Paul. I'm
Okay.
just going to mic you really fast.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
This side. Have a good show.
Thank you. Start off looking at the window. 3, 2, 1. Hi.
Hi, Paul. Here's Tam. You met her Saturday.
Yes, yes. Thank you so
How are ya?
Thank you for the chance to be here.
I'm glad you came. Oh,
Thank
wait,
you.
Alicia,
Yes, ma'am.
my cheat sheet. Paranormal. Look, I have had the worst time saying paranormal, Paul, since I saw you Saturday night. I've been like, I don't know if I'm getting my P or my big lips are getting in the way. No, but I'm trying to say paranormal, Paul.
Should
There
I
we
just
go.
change my name? Maybe I could say something. Maybe I could change it to something a little bit more.
we're good, we're good, we're good.
Easy to pronounce.
No, I just want to tell you thank you so much for taking me on the walking tour of downtown, the ghost walking tour. I had a lot of fun. It was a little bit scary, but not too bad.
Well, good. I tried to keep it manageable for you without terrifying you and having you run away screaming.
Nobody wants you terrified.
Yes.
What the viewers want to know, and I really want to know, is what is the scariest experience you had, like doing this? Like, really, what ghost jumped out and just like scared the mess out of you?
Does it have to be on our tour, or is it somewhere?
No, the tour that you and I took.
This used to be so many different things. Now, even back then, it was well known for paranormal happenings. See, back in the day, they used these things called rotary phones.
I'm old enough to remember, don't worry.
Well, I don't know. You're so young.
Tell me more.
Yes. So they used the rotary phones, and they would unplug them at the end of the night. But the phones still kept ringing, even though they were unplugged. All these things happened, and these are paranormal happenings 60 years ago, 70 years ago.
I think it's happened since the dawn of time,
Yes.
and we're just now, our technology's catching up with it, and we can actually capture stuff. Who knows, in 20, 25 more years, we could actually be having conversations with ghosts.
Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah, through electronics. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
So before I tell you this next part, I want to apologize because of the fact that you don't want to be creeped out, you don't want to be scared. But then again, this is probably a very bad spot for me to tell
Shut
this.
up, tell me. I'm like, it's freaking me out.
So right above our heads are these old rafters right here. And so there have been rumors that a man hung himself
What?
from these very
From this rafter I'm under?
From this rafter that you're
Shut up. Change places with me right now. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And go.
Okay.
So now I'm a good.
Nope, he actually hung himself from right there.
Just hanging there.
So you're
So I'm right in the space his
so you've
feet
actually
would be
moved now to
dangled.
where he actually hung himself.
I know he didn't just put me where these feet would be.
And this is something that has been known for decades.
The guy hanging himself here?
Yeah,
Do you know why? I don't like that one.
No, he was despondent. He was at the end of his rope.
I'm at risk of thinking I will fight for myself. With you in my corner, I will win.
Fuel her fire and she will change the world. Girls Inc.
Anytime can be Tam Time when you download the free Tam Time app. Right now we're sitting in a booth.
It's a beautiful booth.
This is a beautiful booth. It came from Miami, Florida. It came from the Frank Sinatra Theater there.
This was Frank Sinatra.
This was in the Frank Sinatra Theater. So do you feel any type of energy from this? I mean, a lot of famous people could have sat here. He could have sat here. It came from his theater. Mm-hmm. So do you feel anything from the?
I feel very comfortable in
I feel comfortable too. I feel like I just want to have a martini and kick back.
Yes, exactly.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, because I mean, I get to hang out with you. We get to talk. We get, but I just feel very comfortable. It's nice and comfy. It's very beautiful, and it has that air of class. I mean, Frank Sinatra had class.
I'm going to tell you, because if Tam Time's not anything, it's definitely classy.
Yes, exactly.
We keep it classy here at Tam Time.
Of course, yes.
Only the best for you, Paul.
Yes. I want to sit in Frank Sinatra's, booth. That's what I insist upon.
Do you?
No,
Okay.
not really.
Is that what your contract says?
Yes, that's my contract. I mean,
why? Like, why did you choose to do walking ghost tours? Like, what led you to that point where you said, I want to walk and scare people to death?
So one of my favorite things is traveling around with my wife. We go to all these different places, such as New Orleans, San Francisco, Chicago, and Canada. And so one of the things that all these places have in common is they have ghost tours. And you learn the history of these places. You learn what happened at these locations. You see incredible architecture. You see all these different experiences. And so when I was with the paranormal investigation team, we spent so many different times on Harrison Avenue at different locations, and we always seem to have some kind of activity happen. So I actually met with this lady named Beverly, and we came up with the idea that, hey, look, we ought to put together this tour. And so she had some fantastic ideas, and we met with them.
Right.
Do you think this is possible? Can we put together a tour? And so she had been on several of the tours on Charleston, different places like that, St. Augustine. And so we took all the good things from these other tours, and we just plucked them and turned them into our tour.
I can't do this. You're good. No, yes, you can.
I'm at risk of thinking I will win.
Fuel her fire and she will change the world. Girls Inc.
So, as I told you before, I am a terrible investigator because I get scared. And so, one of the probably the scariest place that I had been, for some reason that night, everything went crazy.
This is my friend.
Alicia Simmons Miracle.
Tonight, she and I are going to go ghost hunting at the Russ House in Marianna, Florida.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all know I don't like haunted houses, like for real. I'm positive I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared of in this house. Okay, me, it's all up here. If you're strong in the head, then whatever's trying to get in your head, it's not going to get in your head.
Don't tell me that.
They're going to find somebody else that's a little bit weaker than you are to try to get in.
You gotta be mentally strong for this.
Right.
Because I got to pray before I go inside. Okay. I'm not going inside. Okay. Dear God, we're going in this house. If the ghost got to get anybody, please let them get Alicia.
Tam?
Amen.
I'm a Buddhist, so
Let him get Alicia. Please let him get Alicia. Don't let him get me.
see, that's negative already.
I'm not now or about to sit on a couch that's been in a haunted house for over 100 years.
It is right cold. It's cold over here.
So cold. Freezing. Here, and it's not here. Where I'm sitting is warm compared to between us. She's here. This house is definitely haunted. She wants to say something. She wants us to know she's here. And I don't pick up. I'm not like I don't tap into all this kind of stuff ever because I've never done it. But something just crossed. Something a cool just crossed in front of us too. Did you feel that?
The paranormal universe will make you so damn hungry.
I don't know why, but I just feel like crying.
She's
like,
so sad right now.
I guess like I can't hold back the emotion,
Or is a ghost possessing my body?
and I don't know, like I just feel like being silent for a minute, just being silent. I don't know why I'm crying.
It's really hard to breathe.
But that's okay, we want to see that.
It's really hard to breathe over here right now.
You want to get up?
No, yeah, I think I do. It's really hard to breathe here.
Okay, much more to go.
Wow.
Snow season like football season, and no better place to watch all of your favorite teams than Pineapple Willie's. Catch all the action and get half-price appetizers and beer specials. We have all of your favorite game day grub, like delicious wings, buckets of beer, and our famous barbecue ribs. Enjoy the excitement from a wide array of high-def TVs and table speakers so you can see and hear the game. Score big with your team at Pineapple Willie's.
Pineapple Willis, you can just let go.
Want more Tam Time? Who doesn't? We have an app for that. Do you want full episodes, behind the scene clips? How does Tam get all this into all that? You can see that on the app. Download it now.
I'm at risk of thinking. Fight for myself. With you in my corner, I will win.
Fuel her fire and she will change the world. Girls Inc.
You get different feelings whenever you go into these places. You pick up on the energy. Same as if you were to go visit a friend's house. You know how when you walk into, your friend's house, you feel inviting, you sit down on the couch, you relax with them, you feel welcome. Well, that's the same place with locations. Sometimes you go in, you feel welcome, you feel good, you feel okay. And then there's sometimes where you go into a place that you just do not feel like you should be there.
Yeah, I felt kind of uneasy in some of the places you took me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one place you said the man hung himself and you put me right under where his feet would be. I felt that made me really uncomfortable.
Intense energy like that leaves an impression. Just like on a record, if you were to scratch a record on a record player, it leaves an impression.
What?
And so that's the same thing with energy. This is the most important thing about spirits, ghosts, energy, everything. It all comes down to a story to tell. And one of my passions is telling the story. That's why I love doing the Haunted Walking Tour, is because you're telling these people's story. you're telling what happened to them. A lot of people, they want to learn about spirits. They want to go on these ghost hunts. They want to do all this, but you know, sometimes if you've got a lot of energy, you attract, and you can get an attachment. It is possible.
The prankster upstairs, him and I have it's a real tight bond. And he speaks to me in my head.
More popcorn, or should I be done with popcorn?
People ask questions, I can hear the answer in my head before he indicates it on our equipment. Down here, women or men really aren't allowed. Up there, women are allowed, but he makes fun of you guys and doesn't let you speak.
Oh, nice. Just like every other man in my life. And that's the 2019 and nothing has changed.
Once we go back upstairs and walk through the house one time, what I want to do is bring the rest of the girls with you guys back down here, bring some of the equipment down here and let them do their thing. Okay? And then once you guys get done up here, we'll see if we can get the prankster to come out upstairs.
Huh?
Oh.
I don't know about that.
Loki?
I don't know about the prankster. That kind of just made my heart skip a little bit. And I was really scared.
I was.
I was honestly really scared. And I know you said we shouldn't be scared. What ghosts have you encountered in there, and do you know their names?
Well, we have the prankster upstairs, and we have Miss Woolley downstairs, and then we have several other spirits that show up every now and then, but the other two are very consistent. We have names we use for them. We call one Rosie, and because every time she makes an appearance, she smells like roses. Mm-hmm. And then we have another one called Lavender, because when she shows up, you can smell lavender.
Now, Paul, can you tell us what types of ghosts there are?
So, whenever we talked downtown, it was there's two primarily two types of haunting.
Ooh.
So you've got residual, and then you've got your intelligent hauntings. Now, there are certain subcategories, and there's a million different other possibilities. When you go into poltergeist, you go into, non-human spirits. The list goes on. There's a deep rabbit hole that I'm not going to take you down.
Well, before you say this, any haunting I get is going to be called a "woo girl" haunting because it's going to scare me. Yeah. So, okay, tell me what kind of haunting.
Every haunting is an ooh girl haunting.
Yeah, for me especially. No girl.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and like I said, I am a terrible paranormal investigator, and Tracy can tell you because I get very scared.
I'm at risk of thinking there's
But with Girls Inc. in my corner,
I will not be another statistic. I will fight for myself. With you in my corner, I will win.
Fuel her fire and she will change the world. Girls Inc.
This is Blanca Greenstein, and I'm the host of The Laws of Life. What's my favorite law of life? Everyone, every human being is a star. Join me in the conversation and watch The Laws of Life with Blanca every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and the YouTube channel. Contact the Laws of Life team today via Messenger on Facebook, and we will get back to you within 48 hours. Thank you for being a part of the empowerment conversation.
So this building right here has been many different things. And even back then, it was actually well known for weird things happening. People would hear their name called. People would hear voices, see things move out of the corner of their eyes. All part of this building. This building has been a million different things, and it still holds that history. Now, like I've told you before, we've done investigations, and you pick up on certain things electronically, but it's the real world firsthand experiences that are really the most interesting part.
Absolutely.
And so that's why we do the interviews with the people, because we want to know, what are you experiencing? When are you experiencing it? Because paranormal happenings happen at so many different times.
By myself.
One of my favorite things that have happened to them, and I'm sure it's not one of their favorites, but was they were sitting at these tables right over there. They closed up for the night. Harrison Avenue is very quiet. Nothing really going on. They were just having a beer outside, relaxing after a long, hard day. And the wife looks up, looks in the window, sees a lady in white walking inside the restaurant.
I'm eating my popcorn boards everywhere. Okay.
Which is very unnerving.
Well, yeah.
Now, she automatically assumed that her husband had locked the doors and that there was somebody still in there, perhaps in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
Or in the back. And so she got upset with him. You lock somebody in the door, you need to go let her out, tell her we're closed. So he gets up from his beer, he goes, unlocks, and walks back in to tell this supposed customer that, sorry, we're closed for the night, you need to leave. Problem is he goes back in there, there's no woman in white, there's no woman that it looks like has ever even been there.
I don't like that.
He checked the entire restaurant, the bathrooms, the kitchen, everything, and he could find nothing. No evidence of anything.
In the obituaries.
But they saw somebody, so who was it?
Who was it? I'm scared.
Yes.
I want to know. Do you think that any of this energy or these spirits have ever followed you to your house, or followed you home, or followed you to work, or followed you anywhere?
That is actually another fantastic question. We did a night tour, a ghost hunt in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and took us into this cemetery.
Okay.
And took us on a tour of all this, and you could just feel you weren't wanted there. And so ever since we walked out the gates of the cemetery, I had this weird feeling that something was following us.
But that bitch crazy.
I couldn't see anything, but I felt the energy. I felt that it was this person, and he was not happy that we were bothering. But when you go on an investigation or you go to these places, you have to be firm and go, hey, look, you know, if there's anything here, you're not allowed to come with me. You have to be firm. You have to be confident.
But do they really listen to you?
Yes.
I mean, they're ghosts. You're scaring people. They're going to listen to that?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're confident, because keep in mind, ghosts, you know, they were people.
Why your mama ain't never teach you nothing?
Say somebody comes to your door, knocks on your door, and they say, hey, can I come in? And you go, no, you need to leave. Most of the time, they're going to leave.
But you think ghosts... Dude, I have so many exes I've told to leave me alone, and they're still haunting me, and they're not even dead yet. Well, so you think
that I can't help you.
I wish you could. The Spirit of Christ compels you.
Yes.
But
just, you know, throw some holy water on it.
Trying to do something. Well, Paul, thank you so much for coming and talking to me tonight. I really appreciate it again.
Well, thank you for having me in Frank Sinatra's booth. I actually just love being here.
Only the best for you, Paranormal Paul.
I
got it right. Did you hear me?
Did
oh my gosh! Woo! Finally!
I am very impressed.
I put the putt in paranormal.
Yes, you do. Very much so. Well, thank you so much. Oh no.
The vodka went down the wrong way. Yeah. Thank you, Paul. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
This is Blanca Greenstein, and I'm the host of The Laws of Life. What's my favorite law of life? Everyone, every human being is a star. Join me in the conversation and watch The Laws of Life with Blanca every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and the YouTube channel. Contact the Laws of Life team today via Messenger on Facebook, and we will get back to you within 48 hours. Thank you for being a part of the empowerment conversation.
There's no season like football season, and no better place to watch all of your favorite teams than Pineapple Willie's. Catch all the action and get half-price appetizers and beer specials. We have all of your favorite game day grub, like delicious wings, buckets of beer, and our famous barbecue ribs. Enjoy the excitement from a wide array of high-def TVs and table speakers so you can see and hear the game. Score big with your team at Pineapple Willie's.
Pineapple Willis, you can just let go.
Ooh.
Anytime can be Tam Time.
When you download the free Tam Time app.
Hi, this is Susan. She's the co-founder, and she sets up all the meetings, everything. She does everything. This is Kenny. Kenny's the team's historian. And next to Kenny is Kim, Kenny's wife. She's an investigator, and Dee's the team's photographer. An investigator, and Kenny's investigator too. No, something's up.
Ghosts in the basement.
Whatever you guys are in charge.
Oh no, we're not in charge.
Are we safe here? Hi, my late night lovelies. Thank you for tuning in to Tam Time tonight. It made my nerves so bad. I was scared to death. Tune in next week and see if me and Alicia make it out of the haunted house alive. Or will you see us in the obituaries? See you next week on Tam Time. Woo!